It's no doubt that the E2 class tank engine was one of the most dying parts of British railway history. However, since today marks the 105th anniversary of the E2s, I will go over the history of the E2s and eventually lead where they are today. This is the man who built the E2 locomotives. This man is known as Brillington. He designed both the E1s and the E2s. This is the Reverend W. Audrey. He created stories about Thomas the Tank Engine to amuse a sick child. He created a model tank engine layout for his son into sketches and eventually into a whole book. And who can forget the television series based on the books the Reverend W. Audrey created? When the first 5 E2 class tank engines were created, it wasn't long for British Railways to notice that there was a problem with the E2s. Their side tanks were too small. So Brillington created 5 more E2 class tank engines with bigger side tanks. These were known as the E2Xs, and together they created the 10 E2 class tank engines. The E2 class tank engines were usually made for short-haul freight journeys and shunting, but they were put to the test to pull passenger trains. An E2 and an E2X were sitting together on a siding, so they decided to take those E2s and test the power of 2 E2s pulling a passenger train, which failed miserably because their wheels kept slipping and they weren't as strong enough as a tender engine. The future for the E2s is non-existent, since they were all replaced with diesel class shunters and all of them have been sent to the scrapyard by now. But before you close your eyes on the E2s just yet, we still haven't talked about one more, Thomas the Tank Engine, who will carry on the legacy of the E2s for as long as the show will live.